Hello, Internet! Welcome to Your Mom's Theory, the show where your mom gives advice and divorce lawyers sponsor the season. Today we are going to be talking about a subject that we have talked about before. Well, a show, I should say. And if you haven't already read the title of the video, it's about this yellow goober, aka SpongeBob. Yay! Anyways, if you haven't watched SpongeBob and live under a rock like Patrick Star, then you need to go watch it. And if your parents didn't let you watch it growing up, your parents are lame and you're weird and you have no friends. Anyways, today we're going to be talking about the oddities of SpongeBob and why it could all be a simulation. And without further ado, let's get into the theory. So we're going to be talking about a character that you all are familiar with if you did watch SpongeBob growing up. Patchy the Pirate. Because he is the ringleader in this simulation. He is the only human other than the narrator that is shown in SpongeBob. Isn't it a little weird how that's the case? Now sure, there has been other human implications like hands, fishing hooks, and etc., etc. There really isn't any human implication in the show. Now, yes, I get it. It's set underwater. There would be no human interaction other than fishing. But, like I said, other than the narrator, who has a pretty big part in the show, like there has been whole episodes dedicated to Patchy the Pirate. Like there's some live action show episodes, like I don't know if you've seen them, but there are actual episodes dedicated to this guy. Isn't that a little weird? There hasn't been another human side character mentioned in the entirety of SpongeBob other than Patchy the Pirate and the SpongeBob narrator. Pretty weird. But, Patchy, what are you doing, bro? And yes, I know that the narrator did play a part in the SpongeBob movie, but that's another theory for another time. Now, another thing with SpongeBob that can't be possible, and yes, I know it's probably the implication of cars, it is forgive me, it's boats. Now, this show is set underwater, which it is. This boat could not run. And you're thinking, Eddie, it's a cartoon! So why shouldn't real life things be implied to it? And for those of you saying that at home, shut up! In the words of Matt Pat, it's all just a theory. Everything's a theory until proven. Anyways, then this engine could not work. It would be fried. It has been told that electrical things cannot work underwater. Would that be not only would that be an issue, oil and fuel would be a huge part of it. Now, since boats are the implication of cars, then where is the fuel? Where is that fuel going? How would these things run? Because fuel like oil, would just dissolve or float away. Like it doesn't make sense. And also things like the plankton holograms. What's that about? Like you can't eat that. Like remember the episode with Plankton and the meatloaf? Yeah. What we could take from this is that liquid would still be plausible in the world of SpongeBob, since it's a show set in the ocean. And if boats are down there, that would imply that they have sunk. And if you've heard about any sinking ship story, you know that after that they hit the seafloor, they are irreparable. And without having the tools necessary to repair it, like in SpongeBob, where you're underwater, it cannot be usable. Another thing is fire underwater. How is that possible? As you know, because this is common knowledge, fire and water can't mix. because the water would immediately put out the fire, as it is the same tactic that is used by firefighters and emergency services. This is shown in the episode Krabby Land, aka the camping episode. It shows SpongeBob, Patrick, and Squidward all huddled around a fire. This is also the episode where the campfire song was introduced. Last but certainly not least, the whole thing that makes SpongeBob run is food. It wouldn't be SpongeBob without a Krabby Patty, wouldn't it? Now, nobody could eat food in SpongeBob because obviously it's set underwater. How could this be possible? Because it would be pretty obvious that if you tried to bring a Big Mac down to the bottom of the ocean, that wouldn't turn out so well. As we stated before, chum is fish meat and guts. And knowing this, I don't think the people of Bikini Bottom would want to be cannibals. In fact, not even the secret formula or the paper is written on could exist underwater because paper is malleable and breakable. The ink situation will be likewise because paper on the bottom of the ocean will turn to goo. It would also work the same way with food, like what I said earlier. If you tried to bring a Big Mac or a quarter pounder down to the bottom of the ocean, it would turn into some kind of mush, and it will be impossible to eat. Now, the creator Steven Hillenburg said that the Krabby Patty is vegan meat, but that would be impossible too. See what I did there? I know I'm not funny. I should shut up. Anyways, because the only vegetables that are really known are things that are grown, or coral, kelp, and nothing else. Well, it's more that an earthly thing Sandy brought down is acorns. The emission of food down in the bottom of the ocean is pure fiction, like the show itself. But, like we say, it's just a theory. In summation, Patrick the Pirate may not be innocent as he seems, because he is the only human character that plays a decent part in the show with SpongeBob. The boats they drive around can't be used, and fire is impossible to achieve underwater, and food will be impossible to eat underwater. And there we go, guys. Thank you for watching another great theory. Sorry that this came out a little late. The memes I used might be a little outdated in the slideshow, so my apologies. This has been in the works for a while. I just became very busy in my life, but I appreciate you that you watched this video. But without further delay, but hey, that's just a theory. Your mom's theory. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again in the next theory. Bye-bye!
Okay, let's go.